Good morning, actually, but it's close to afternoon. This is Bucky's Mail Day, of course, NFL Bucky's Mail Day, and your host Mike C. as always, and of course it's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. Bucky, what in the world do you have in front of you today? A can opener? I don't get it. You making lunch? No. Oh, it's opening a training camp. I got it. Okay, that's pretty clever. So yes, training camp is open. And the rookies, I'm not sure about the free agents, but they reported yesterday. I think all the veterans are reporting today. So Tuesday, I guess, is the official first full day. We don't make videos on Tuesday. So very exciting time. We got some bad news coming out already. We'll get to that in a minute. Last week's video did very, very well. 26 views. That's very good for us, Bucky. And I'm not going to mention any comments because until we get one, I'm not going to say it. We'll just assume that we never get any. So if we get any likes, that's great. Any comments, that's great. Any new subscribers, that's even better. I'm just not going to mention anymore because I'm getting tired of saying it. So until that changes, I'm going to try not to say that anymore. Well, we got. Let's start with hockey, of course. It was Connor Bedard's birthday late last week. He just turned 18. He's just a child. But still very excited to have him on their team. And like I mentioned last time, he had I don't think a huge contract. I was expecting a larger one, but they might, wait a year then redo it. That's what I'm hoping they'll do, and that's what I'm thinking they'll do. But we'll see what happens. That's about it for hockey. Baseball, the Reds started the second half of the season on a terrible slide. They've turned it around. I think they won 3 or 4 in a row, maybe even 5. They're still not in first place. I forgot to check the standings. I think the Brewers are still in first, but there might be 1 or 2, 2.5 games at the most behind. So they're starting to play a little better. They stumbled out of the gate, but they're picking up momentum. So that's very good. Still a long season left. The main reason we're here, Bucky, is football, of course. Like I said, the Lions and most training camps started today, and the veterans, I think, are all reported by tomorrow. Some are probably already in, which is a good sign. Any good news? Well, there's some good news, I guess. Levi Onwuzurike is not injured yet, so that's good. He's apparently been doing back exercises, and I guess he's ready to go and he's in good spirits. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, the bad news, and this just happened this morning, I believe. Charles Gardner, let me get his name right. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the safety acquired from the Eagles as a free agent, apparently went down a non-contact drill and injured his right knee, I believe. Now, reports are kind of sketchy, so I'm not going to make any big claims. He was carted off the field. Well, that's not good. Now, the first reports, they said he might miss the entire year, but I thought, let's pump the brakes a little bit because we don't know. He hasn't been really examined yet. I've also seen the reports by a young man named Joseph Dion, and I've watched him for quite a few years now. Very passionate Lions fan, and he's sporting a mustache, which is pretty cool. But he's a very young man, but he's very knowledgeable. He's got a lot of connections and ties in with the Lions. Some are saying it's not that bad. I mean, he could miss the whole year. He could miss part of it. He might hold him out of training camp. He's a veteran, so I'm not. We'll see. Hope for the best. And the Lions are very solid at safety. So I'm not, including Brian Branch, the rookie from Bama. So, but he's a very important part of the secondary and the overall defense for the Lions. He's a hard-hitting safety, and is a very knowledgeable, very experienced. So we'll just wait and see. and we'll hope for the best for the young man. Not too much else to report as far as the Lions go. They haven't really signed any free agents in a while. They might be. They did release Michael Bagwell, Michael Badgley, the Money Badger, and so that was a little sad. They might bring him back. Who knows? Their kicking situation is in such a flux that it's hard to. They've got two other guys still, fighting for the position. There's still other kickers out there that they could bring in. So this is far from over. But we'll see what happens. They might bring him back. They could bring somebody else in. I mean, it's all up in the air. It's so early that's not really that important right now. But their kicking situation's been just in disarray since, seems like forever, but it really hasn't been. Since they left, let Mike, or what's his first name? Well, it's Pratt or whatever his first name is. Last year. So that's been a little bit of a question mark on that team. They've had some, very good kickers in the past. Jason Hansen, of course. Eddie Murray was a great kicker. So they got to get that settled, and that cost them at least one game for sure last year, maybe two even if I want to dive deep into it. Yeah, you need a can opener to open that can of worms open, right, Buck? But I called you Buck. But so we'll see what happens. Otherwise, we had a very good. On a personal note, we had a very good time at the Dairy Queen celebration. We had hot dogs. I had a Ripper float. The giveaways were a little chintzy. I thought they could have been better, which is why I don't have them in front of Buck, because we didn't really get that many. There were glass cleaners and a keychain. I was like, that's it? Oh, okay. They don't have to do that, so I'm grateful they do anything, to be honest with you. And music was pretty good. Carla really liked the guitar player that was singing the songs. And pretty good crowd. It was hot, more humid. It's supposed to be in the upper 90s this whole week. Maybe even top 100. And there's a lot of heat all over the country. And I'm concerned about my friend Shelly, who's in Arizona. And it's like 110. I mean, that's, Death Valley's 127. For God's sakes, Vegas is really hot. So you got to be smart. You got, drink fluids. And you stay inside if you can. Which is why I'm not going to take Suki out probably for walks this week. I'll take her outside. But a walks is too hard on her. And it's tougher on me as I get older. So we'll play it by ear. We'll play it safe. And it's too hot. On a personal note, Carla's surgery was delayed. We're not sure when we'll be able to do this again. So unfortunately, we had to postpone it. It was supposed to be today, but we will get it done. So she's very disappointed in that. We'll get through it, and so she can get better and be healthy again. So it's nothing serious. I mean, it's not. I mean, surgery is always serious, but it's not life-threatening or anything like that. But it's just something that's been bothering her for a long time, and she just wanted to get it over with, and something just came up, and so we're dealing with that. We'll get through it. But trying to see how much time was. Okay, not too much else to report. We lost a legend over the weekend. Tony Bennett passed away. Great Italian singer. Just seemed like an overall great guy. He's a military veteran, and easy singing voice, and very popular. Frank Sinatra called him the greatest singing voice ever, and he transcended generations. He was, did a duet with Lady Gaga, which was very popular. They showed on TV last weekend. So that's very sad. He was suffering from Alzheimer's, and he even remember a concert he did like 2 days earlier. So he was declining in health that way. But he's a legend and great singer. Everybody liked Tony Bennett. I mean, how can you not like Tony Bennett? But so he will be missed, and he will be remembered, and that's the important thing. Which is why I end videos saying you got to tell people you love them that are close to you, because you never know. They might be there the next day. So it's very important to tell people you love them. I tell Suki at least 20 times a day, and I tell Carla every day that I love her multiple times a day. So it's very important you tell your loved ones, because they're too precious, and when they're gone, I mean, yeah, I can talk to them, but it's not the same. So anyway, I don't get too heavy on that. Otherwise, not too much else to report. Without getting political, which really upsets me sometimes. Big controversy. I can't remember the guy's name now. I'm drawing a blank. The big popular song, country song coming out. That's been out, and this is not in a small town. Everybody on YouTube is talking about it. The song itself is not that. I mean, not that controversial. It's the video that's controversial. The song itself is not. At least in my opinion. I've only watched the whole thing and listened to the song over the weekend, and all it does is it points to the riots that we had that they don't cover anymore except the January 6th one. So it's like, and they're just focused on that. They're saying it's racist. It's which is the way the left always. That's their first, not only, but their main argument, and it's just very disgusting after a while. But it's shot to number one in the country. It might be in the whole United States now. And he's dressing at concerts, and so it's made it a lot more popular than it even was before. So it kind of had the opposite effect. And I think it's kind of a rallying cry and a theme song now that they would use. And that's my opinion. It's probably already that way. So we'll see what happens, but give it a listen. Make your own opinion, which is what I've advocated for a long time. Nobody should tell you what you believe or what you think. And I've said for a long time that controversial statements, that's not my world, and you can't tell me what to believe and what to think. And I'm not going to, just because you believe in that or say something, I'm not going to automatically follow behind. That's just not who I am. That's the way everybody should be. Well, I shouldn't say that, because then it'd be the same thing. Recommended that they should do that. Be your own person, judge for yourself. And it's not my world, a lot of stuff. So I'm not going to just fall in line and just get totally, covered by it, because that's not who I am. And in my opinion, that's what everybody should be. But make your own decisions, people. All right, I'm out for the soapbox, Bucky. That's about it. So the weather's going to be hot coming up this week, so our walks with Suki are going to be limited, and but it's summer. What do you expect? July's flying by. It's almost August, and we'll see what happens. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and so you can watch Bucky's videos and get your can opener out. And the NFL is heating up, so that's good too. All right, Bucky, we're rambling. All right, time to go. Bye now.